Today we have our special guest, Luna Anastasia Liu. She's been accepted by several universities in USA, Canada, and Hong Kong. How this help you with the financial later?
I applied for the Beasiswa Indonesia Maju in grade 11, right? Because that's when the program opens. And thankfully, I was one of the ones who were accepted, into the program. And this program is very heavy on guiding you into the best universities. So they'll help you with IELTS, they'll help you with SAT.
How do you prepare the study in the first year?
So I've been preparing a lot, like winter clothes, because it's going to be winter there. And preparing my visa and study permit and stuff. And mostly I've been preparing by looking at YouTube.
Can you give me some tips and tricks for those who want to study abroad? How did Luna get this fully funded scholarship at UBC Canada? Let's check it out. So, Luna, can you tell me what university that you got accepted?
So the universities that I got accepted to, among others, the University of British Columbia in Canada, in the Okanagan campus, UC Davis in California, USA, and Hong Kong University of Science and Technology in Hong Kong.
Can you tell me more about the major that all of them have?
So for Hong Kong University and UC Davis, I applied for their biotechnology majors. I got accepted into biotech at UC Davis, and I got accepted into my second choice science in HKUST. And for UBC, I actually applied for biotech too, but I got accepted into sustainability at Okanagan.
Oh, sustainability.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any idea what kind of major is that actually before you join with the or before the apply?
I found out about sustainability while applying, since I was advised to take a different second choice. So I applied to a major at Vancouver campus, and I applied to a major at the Okanagan campus. And I was looking for potential majors at Okanagan, right? I was thinking like, what should I take? And then I found like, this is science related, sustainability. I only heard like vaguely about sustainability before, since like you learn about climate change and you learn about greenhouse gases and stuff, and you vaguely hear the word sustainability, but you don't really know what it is. So I looked it up and I did some research, and it's focused on specifically, going green in a way.
Okay.
So it's focusing on the ways that we can progress as a society while keeping the earth healthy, since like nowadays, the glaciers are melting, climate change is affecting all of us, and the weather. Sustainability is finding ways to combat this change in using science.
Okay, it seems like you're really prepared about this. And this is related to your major that you like in your high school?
I've always liked biology. I've always been into science. Like when I was in 6th grade, I already told my parents, like, I think I want to go into science. And since then, I have been focused on science. And when I was in high school, I thought about what major I want to go into. And I was thinking something along the lines of biotechnology.
Okay. Do you think this is really difficult for you to apply for the UBC?
Difficult, I wouldn't say difficult. Complicated, yes. Usually when you apply to a university, it's complicated, because there's a lot of things that you have to do, lots of things that you have to prepare, lots of forms you have to fill out, certificates, and ask for transcripts and stuff. It's a long process.
Okay. How you prepare all of them?
So you always have to prepare in advance, of course. So most of the universities that I applied to, they open their applications around the end of the year. So maybe it starts in like September or October, and then they close in December. So
in the beginning of the grade 12,
beginning of the academic year, yes. So before that, before they open, you already have to think about what you have to prepare. For example, write your essays in advance, of course. Like prepare at least least personal statement,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're planning to apply to overseas universities.
Mm-hmm.
They usually ask for a personal statement because HKUST asks for a personal statement. Not required, but it helps. And
Okay. You mentioned it before that you also accepted by UC Davis.
yes.
Compare. Do you think the essays? It is tell me. What is the most difficult or the most challenging part of this kind of application application requirement?
For sure, it's definitely writing essays because most of the stuff is mostly administration. You have to put in your grades. You have to
Mm-hmm.
put in, things that you've been preparing for in high school, right? But they're mostly things that you have already done. So you just put it in, put it in, put it in. But you never really know what the applications are going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So until the applications open, you don't really know what you should be writing. So it's usually you have to prepare something in a relatively short time. And it's sometimes the questions are really like, what should I write about this? How do I make this appealing? How do I show the universities through this essay that I am worthy of
Mm-hmm.
them?
Mm-hmm. Okay, from 3 of the university among them, can you give me some detail about how the difference between one of another, the essay, I mean the personal statement?
I think
Which one is the hardest?
I think for me, actually, the hardest one would probably be the UC ones. Because I got accepted to UC Davis, but I also applied to another University of California, which is
Mm-hmm.
UC Santa Barbara. UC Santa Cruz, actually. And the application for those are simultaneous. So you apply for both UCs at the same time. I applied for both UCs at the same time. And they have a relatively long list. I think it was more than 5 that you had to write. And it's like you had to write 5 out of a list of prompts, and you had to decide what you want to say in response to their prompts. And it's really brain exercise because you have to think, how do I make it not repetitive? Because
Okay.
sometimes the answers overlap, right?
Mm.
And that's the one that I think that one took me the longest time. Even though UBC has a lot of essays, I think it was easier for me to do those compared to the UC ones.
Okay. Did you get help from others or did you do it by yourself?
Oh, I definitely had a lot of help. I had help from my family, of course, my parents supporting me and encouraging me to apply this, apply that, and then asking them for ideas. How do I write? And they say, you can write about this. And I was like, oh, yes. And my friends as well, of course, my friends who always listen to me like, oh my goodness, this is so stressful. And they're like, yeah, you can do it. Or maybe, I ask them for advice, what should I do? And then they're like, here, you can try about this. And I'm like, okay. And as well as my school, of course, they have lots of resources at Wardaya, right? And I can ask teachers, or I can ask my counselor for guidance and help me even during the complicated administrative stuff.
Since you are still in high school when the time of application applied, did you find difficulties between preparing the application also with the study in your class? Because at the moment, yeah, at the early of academic time, and then how do you prepare and how do you manage between the application admission and also your study and your paper? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe for me personally, it's different than the average student, right? Because I know Indonesian students kan biasanya ngambil UTBK.
Yeah.
Then UTBK is still at the end of the year, right? SNBP, UTBK, and the SNBT, they're both closer to the end of the school year. So it probably, if someone ngambil jalur nasional, it's probably easier for them to balance if they're applying to overseas universities, yeah. Tapi I was taking A levels at the time, so it's like really, really bentrok. So I was like writing essays and studying, and then writing essays and then studying for the A levels. And then some of them were like completely like 2 weeks after I finished A levels, the deadline was there, so it was like really rushing through trying to get everything together. It's very difficult to balance, and like it. I think I did take a few all nighters, but it definitely helps to have people on your side to like hear, just even someone to just listen to your complaints, or just someone to like listen to everything that you say. It really helps with like getting all the bad energy so that you can focus on what you need to do.
Oh, okay. I can see that, but finally, thank God you managed all of them. So,
Yeah,
and really well,
thank
and
God.
you got accepted three of them. Yeah, congratulations anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
And back again with the high school time. What do you think about the situation that you need to balance again between the national curriculum and also the A level? How do you manage that?
Okay, so kalau di SMA Wardaya, it's more unique, yeah, their method of teaching. So, if you're taking A levels, you will focus more on the A levels than the national curriculum. And after you're done with the A levels, then they will redirect you to the national curriculum. So I guess it's a little bit of a speed run, yeah, so to say. That then we learn a lot of the national curriculum and class 12 after our A levels are all done, and then we go back to the national curriculum. It's a readjustment for sure, because it's pretty different compared to what we were studying beforehand. Um, but also because by the time studying national curriculum, I already submitted most of my applications. It's also like more santai, I don't have to feel like I'm being rushed or anything. And I didn't take UTBK, so I was also more relaxed, right? I didn't panic or anything. Like, how do I do this? How do I do this?
How do you feel? How did you feel that you are going to pass these universities? I mean, the overseas universities, since you didn't take UTBK, or you don't have any plan to take UTBK or join with the Indonesian universities here.
Uh, So I was confident in a lot of them. I did apply to safeties. It's very important to apply to safeties. Whether your safety is in Indonesia, like an Indonesian university, or whether it's like Sebelah and Malaysia, it's very important to have a safety, like at least some place where you will be guaranteed admission. Like for sure you will get in no matter what. Like usually you search for universities with an admission rate of 80% or above.
Okay.
And I know that my grades are pretty good and they look very good on paper. So I know that if I submitted these grades to the university, they will accept me. So I definitely secured that one first.
Okay.
Especially the ones that will give you scholarships for good grades. That one I also did that, just to make sure that I have some place to go in the worst case scenario that I didn't get accepted anywhere.
Okay, that's a really good strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. You said before that you joined with the Beasiswa Indonesia Maju, and then tell me how this help you with the financial later, or maybe also with Garuda.
Yeah. So I applied for the Beasiswa Indonesia Maju in grade 11, right? Because that's when the program opens. And thankfully, I was one of the ones who were accepted, yeah, into the program. And this program is very heavy on guiding you into the best universities. So they'll help you with IELTS, they'll help you with SAT. They tell you a lot about the universities as well. They will invite representatives who will discuss universities, or where, so they will guide you where you want to go. And it really helped me, especially in my preparations, because I know if not for on top of school also giving me lots of information, this is where I found out how I can get into good places, especially the people that I met during the program as well. They're very helpful, and it fostered a good community between us, people who are all striving for an overseas university. And then because of that, I think if not for joining this Beasiswa Indonesia Maju, like doing all these things, meeting all these people, I don't think I'll have been able to get the Beasiswa Garuda, which I applied like in March. I applied in February or March, and I submitted my UBC letter of acceptance to them and said, will you sponsor me to go to UBC, and they accepted.
Oh, okay. So you get the scholarship from scholarship from Garuda for UBC, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, okay. Congratulations again, then.
Thank you.
Tell me about your preparation and your expectation to this university, the UBC University. Tell me again, how do you prepare the study in the first year in the as a freshman? Okay, tell me about that.
So far it's mostly been like just preparing to go to Canada to begin with. So I've been preparing a lot, like winter clothes, because it's gonna be winter there.
Yeah, yeah.
And preparing my visa and study permit and stuff. But I've also already registered for classes as well, classes and my housing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like I've already checked through all my classes, and before I start school, they will give me like a guide and stuff. And mostly I've been preparing by looking at YouTube. See,
Mm-hmm.
like
Okay,
looking at YouTube videos, like how is the life there, what do you do there, and talking to Permika
okay.
as
What
well.
is Permika?
Persatuan Mahasiswa Indonesia
Oh,
Kanada.
okay,
So
okay, okay.
every country will have their Persatuan Mahasiswa Indonesia of their
Like
own.
PPI, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, it's in Canada. They have a lot of people who are studying from Indonesia, and they created a community that will help us with preparations for there. It's really helped a lot.
You already prepare the subjects, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, for the semester, the first semester and the second one. And did you maybe take a little bit through inside the website and maybe discuss with the others about this kind of a subject in your university?
So UBC has their own platforms, like they have their own workday and they have their own canvas.
Mm-hmm.
This one is used for their study material, and I do open the workday almost every day, sis Maria. Like especially the other day during course registration,
Mm-hmm.
where we have to like insert like what courses we want to take. That was like really, I open it every day to check again.
Mm-hmm.
And UBC is really helpful because on their canvas, they actually have a UBC 101
Mm-hmm.
where they will share lots of information about the resources offered in UBC and the various like tips and tricks on what to do in university. Is really helpful, and it helps navigate the website as well before
Mm-hmm.
we actually start school, so that when we do start school, we're not completely lost.
Okay, so you already prepare, and it is not like a zero things that you fly to the university
Yeah, of course,
and
have
yeah,
to prepare first.
you have to prepare. Okay, for the student that still study in high school, do you have any advice or any tips and tricks with the for the grade 12? Yeah.
Mm, if I had to say anything, probably in bahasa Indonesia, ya, harus nekat.
Oh,
Harus nekat.
tell me about that.
Because here's the thing, a lot of people tend to be like down dulu kan.
Mhm.
Especially I was also down because when I was starting to apply kan, I was like looking at all these courses, like, oh my goodness, there's so many costs, what if I don't get it? It's gonna be a waste of money, waste of my time, right? Tapi my parents definitely pushed me, like you have to do it first, harus bener-bener harus nekat. Karena most of the time you will already be discouraged. You will
Mm.
already be like,
Mhm.
oh, aku nggak bisa, I can't do it, it's not possible for me. But if you don't try, you never know, and you don't know what grace God will give you. Like, you don't know if maybe this is something that this is your gift from God, or this is like don't underestimate yourself.
Mhm.
And you have to have the courage to keep going, even though it looks impossible. Like, I know I got rejected from multiple places, which is like I got rejected from MIT and I got rejected from USC. But like then I also got accepted to UBC and UC Davis, which are like good universities as well, right? They're
Yeah,
not bad.
right, yeah.
And I also didn't believe it at first that I would get accepted, to be honest. I was like, man, this is gonna be really difficult. But it ended up that like there are letters of admission in my inbox. So it's really wonderful for me. So it's really nekat. That's just the one word. You have to be nekat. And like,
Okay. Yeah. This is a really great advice, yeah, from Luna. Say again about your high school. Do you have? Give me three words. Give me three words that represented high school. Your high school, SMA Wardaya.
so if 3 words to summarize my experience at SMA Wardaya, the first one would definitely be exciting.
Okay.
Exciting. But yeah, community for another.
Mm-hmm.
Because the community at SMA Wardaya is really strong. Our bonds are really strong. And what's the third one? The third one would be an uphill climb.
Tell me about that.
It won't be easy.
It won't be easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, not compare. I mean, between the national curriculum and then A level and then several things that you have to do in high school, I think, yeah, I can imagine that it is quite wow. Yeah, it's quite what do you say? The third one?
An uphill climb.
Uphill climb. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the most. But yeah, you have to be motivated, yeah, to learn and to study.
Maybe
Yeah.
hardworking, yeah, is a better word.
Hardworking.
It's a hardworking place.
A
It's like
hardworking
not just the
place.
students, but the teachers also all push themselves.
Okay, I get it. Okay, the last question. Can you give me some tips and tricks, yeah, for those who want to study abroad?
Okay, prepare ahead of time. For sure, prepare ahead of time. Like,
Mhm.
you always have to check, right? You always have to check. I know, like, a lot of students will be like, oh yeah, just it's a difficult route. Tapi buat anak Indonesia, like usually they just have SNBP and UTBK, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, persiapin ini, and it's all at the end of class 12.
Mhm.
So for most of SMA, it's like just focus on the end goal. But for overseas universities, you have to prepare really ahead of time. Like class 10, you already have to decide for sure what you want
Yes,
to do.
exactly.
And class 11,
I agree.
and by the end of class 11, you already have to know. You already what universities you want to try for. At the end of class 11, you should compile a list of the universities that you want, right?
Mhm.
And you have to look through their past year requirements, so you already know what to do. So by the time that application website opens, you already know what to input, you already know what to do. And yeah, it's definitely easier said than done, yeah. But
Mhm.
it really helps to prepare ahead of time.
Okay. You're really great, actually. You manage well and you prepare everything, and then you have the goal. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for your share for this time in our podcast, and I really hope that you're get your success in your UBC. Yeah, and your another goals in your future life. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Luna.